And Jim Banks on the Armed Services Committee, served with our military in Afghanistan from 2014 to 2015. Sir, good morning to you. I just want to quote a colleague of mine who I've known for 20 years. Last night, I met him in Kandahar in December of 2001. We were part of the original footprint for the war on terror. I said, how are you to make sense of this? He sent me 2 text messages in return. The first one said, we did our job. The second one said, others not so much. Sir, where are we now?
Well, Bill, these images are heartbreaking. And for anyone who served in Afghanistan like myself, thousands of others, anyone who has invested anything at all in our efforts there, this makes all of us angry because it was completely avoidable. It was predictable. This administration knew what was going to happen when they made the decision just a month ago to abruptly and hastily pull out of the country. But what's more shocking to me than the images coming out of Afghanistan is what's happening right here at home. We have never seen an American leader abdicate his responsibilities and leadership like Joe Biden has. He's in hiding. The lights are on at the White House, but nobody's home. Where is Joe Biden? If he doesn't appear and speak to the American people today and explain why he made decisions that led to the images that we're seeing come out of Afghanistan over the last 24 hours, all of us have to wonder if this man is capable of leading our country for over 3 more years. Congressman,
it's interesting that you say that because this quote caught my eye. It was from last Thursday by the former ambassador to Afghanistan, Ryan Crocker, who I'm sure you probably know. He said about President Biden, and this is a diplomat, right? This is not somebody from the House Republican Conference. He said, I'm left with some grave questions in my mind about his ability to lead our nation as commander-in-chief. Your thoughts on that?
Dana, as you know, I mean, this ambassador served in high-profile roles under Democrat administrations. I mean, that's a powerful statement for an ambassador who knows firsthand this region very well. So it is a striking comment. It strikes right to the heart of what I'm saying. If President Biden doesn't address the American people today, we all have to wonder where this administration is leading this country. But it's not just Afghanistan. It's what's going on at the border. It's rising inflation, crime waves. This president, in a short period of time, has turned this country upside down and made America less safe and secure. And you're seeing that play out right before your eyes in Afghanistan in a dangerous way.
Well, the negatives are certainly piling up. We just had a report about the surge of Delta virus in the country. You have the surge of illegal immigration as well. You have the concerns about exploding violence in our urban centers and crime. And then, of course, the whole issue of inflation. But you say the president should speak today. I mean, given that he made these decisions, and then this is on him, what do you think he should say? What do you want to hear?
Well, I think the American people deserve to know why did he make the decision that he did, and what is he going to do to undo it, to undo the damage,
the severe
damage, the generational damage that he's caused.
But if he says, President Trump, he put forward this deal, I inherited it, there's nothing I could do, what would you say to that?
Well, it's laughable, and the American people, when they hear this excuse as somehow this was Donald Trump's fault, they're laughing at those in the Biden administration who are using that as their excuse, because we all know that that's not the truth. And anyone who served like I did in the Congress on the Armed Services Committee over the last 4 years of President Trump know this single fact. President Trump never shut the door on keeping a light footprint of counterterrorism, special operation forces in Afghanistan to prevent the catastrophe that we've seen occur over the last 24 to 48 hours occur in Kabul and throughout the country of Afghanistan over the last month. This never would have happened on Donald Trump's watch, and that is a fact because Donald Trump never closed the door on keeping a light footprint there to prevent it.
Well, we'll see what happens with the commander-in-chief today, but right now, as I mentioned last hour, he's AWOL. Mark Milley, the general, had this quote with a group of members of Congress yesterday. And I mean, just think about this now, okay? Because we're thinking about the events in real time now as they transpire when the president comes out and talk about it. This is really a long-term statement. Terrorist groups like al-Qaeda could reconstitute in Afghanistan sooner than the 2 years defense officials had previously estimated to Congress because of the recent rapid Taliban takeover of the country. All of this now, sir, needs to be re-examined pronto. Sir.
Bill, I completely agree. And what General Milley said there, he said before the Armed Services Committee, now for years, as other military leaders have, that this isn't just about the Taliban. It's about the situation on the ground in Afghanistan, the rise of al-Qaeda. The last time that I was in Afghanistan, just a couple of years ago as a member of Congress, again, I served there 5 or 6 years ago, but back a couple of years ago as a member of Congress, the military leadership were informing us about the rise of ISIS-K in Afghanistan. Those are the true threats.
What is
that this
ISIS?
dangerous
what
situation
does
with the Taliban
for?
taking over, and now a rise of radical Islamic terrorism rising up again in a region that poses a threat to the homeland. That's why it matters to the American people, and that's why the commander-in-chief needs to explain to us what he's going to do about that.
Last part, what does the K stand for in ISIS-K?
Well, it's the Khorasan region. It means
Khorasan.
that it's not just about the borders of Afghanistan, but the rise of ISIS-K means a dominant, the worst strain of all, the most dangerous strain of ISIS rising up and making Afghanistan their caliphate to take over a larger, broader region for ISIS terrorism, which does directly pose a threat to the United States of
We
America.
haven't heard about the Khorasan in 5 years. That's a fact. Jim Banks, sir, thank you for your time today, Republican from Indiana.